All right, folks, welcome to our Team Kiwi Meet the Innovators Hangout Chat for, well, not a Hangout Chat because we're on Hangouts this time. We're giving Zoom a go because Hangouts doesn't allow us to share this with anybody at the moment. Hoping that'll change, and there's some stuff coming up about that soon. But tonight we're giving Zoom a try. So bear with us, and we'll see how this one goes. So we've got a few people on tonight. We've got Michael, Laura, Toni, and Sarah there, and they're all going to have a chat about their Innovator projects, where they're up to, some pretty cool stuff that's happening for them, to let you guys all know where we're at. So I usually kick things off with having a look at some product updates, and there has been a little update about Hangouts Chat not going away. They've said that Hangout Chat was going to go away, but apparently it's still going to be around until about June 2020, so you'll still be able to use it. You can change it if you want, but it still will be around. Also, there was a lot of information that came out the last week or so about Google Drive apps moving from the web store to the new G Suite marketplace. So especially those of you who are using Chromebooks will notice that things have changed there. So you'll be heading to the marketplace for those. And the one that I really like, I'm quite excited about, is an update to slides. Now, there's a couple of things mentioned that slides will be updating with. One of them is if you type a W, you get a white screen. And if you type a B, you get a black screen. So really handy when you're presenting and when you're thinking about a bit of question time and wanting kids to kind of focus on what you're doing. And also they talked about looping coming, so you can set a slides to loop. That one's on hold, but it is coming, which again is pretty exciting, especially if you're going to set up notices or scrolling information booths. So a couple of little product updates from G Suite. I always try to keep up with the EDU and 90 YouTube clips, which I find I get a heap of my information from. So there's a few of our little things. So what we'll do is we'll jump into the team, and everyone can have a bit of a chat about what they're doing. Enough speaking from me. And let's start with Sarah. We haven't heard from Sarah yet, so we'll jump in and see what Sarah's up to, and she'll tell you what her project's all about, where she's at, and some exciting stuff from her. So take it away, Sarah.
Excellent, thank you. So kia ora koutou katoa, because I'm usually at Te Reo, but I'm here this evening, so that's really cool. I think everyone sort of talked about how they found the Google experience, and how exciting and changing and fulfilling it was. So I definitely found all that as well. And now, almost 6 months in, kicking into actually developing the project. So one of the areas that I work a lot with at school is education outside the classroom. So how might we ended up being, how might we make systems easier for staff to enable authentic learning experiences for students in that context of education outside the classroom. So where I work, we've got a really complex system. We're a large school, so we do several hundred trips a year in all sorts of categories. So I've made some changes to the system, prototyping a few things. It's currently tournament week for those not in a secondary, so we've trialled some things over tournament week to make the process a bit more streamlined. I'm also working with a few of the smaller schools in our community of schools, just looking at, how might it be adaptable for them. So that's been really interesting, really enjoying getting the feedback from my coach, Katie, that I'm working with. She's an American, so that brings a really different perspective to things. I've been at things like the National Association for AP and DP conference and looking at some of the commercial products on the market and just looking at how we actually adapt it to make it the best for our context, and then how do I give it that 10 times effect for the Google thing. But I'm about to change jobs, so having a little bit of a pivot in what I'm doing, because I probably won't have too much to do with the practicality side of EOTC anymore, but it's just a interesting shift for my project, but I'm actually quite excited about it, and I think it will still continue as I move into my new role. So yeah, that's what I'm up to.
Found the button, clicking the wrong one. Hey, so Sarah, we kind of asked you, how do you think doing the Innovator program has changed you the most, or what do you think the biggest impact it has been on you? What do you think?
All right, well, here you go. Here's the very honest sentence. Lorinda's presentation that she did on facing your fear and what's the worst thing that could happen?
Yep.
So I'm now a principal because of thinking what's the worst thing that could happen if I applied for that role.
Wow, well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, so there you go. That's that, and I'm directly attributing that to Google. So there you go.
Fantastic. So whereabouts are you off to?
I'm going to be principal of St Mary's College in Ponsonby.
Wow, congratulations. That is, so that's quite an outcome from an innovator
Not
project.
quite a technical Google thing, but something that putting those thoughts in place and that sort of thing.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's really cool. So is that as of next year, is it?
No, as of next term.
Oh, next term. Wow. Wow, fantastic. Well, congratulations. God, that's going to be a little bit hard to top, isn't it? Nice work, Sarah. Excellent. So I guess your next steps in your project are going to be slightly different then.
Yeah, and I had a really good chat to my coach earlier in the week about it, and I'm just going to use it as a really good pivot point to look at it from a different perspective and perhaps move it more sort of into the online sort of platform that I was looking at, perhaps a mobile app or something like that. Anyway.
Wow, fantastic.
But this could all be scuppered by the ministry's guidelines on donations and things that have come out this week as well, the draft guidelines there. So
yeah, there's some interesting things happening around there about voluntary stuff and whether it's included or not. Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, so yeah, some things we can't change, I guess, and we just have to try to move on with what we can.
Work around them. Yep.
Nice work. Excellent. Thanks, Sarah. That's cool.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So I'm looking across my list of stars at the top there. Let's have a bit of a chat to Toni. What do you got going on, Toni?
Hi. So I've been working on my GWiz Kids Digital Academy. So from the Google Innovator, I was looking at ways to have kids independently practice and develop digital fluency skills, mainly with Google tools, because about 85% of primary schools in New Zealand are on Google. But it will sort of expand out a little bit as time goes on into kind of social media stuff and research skills and things like that. But at the moment, it's very baseline level at basic Google skills. So I'd like to share my screen if I can work out how to do that. Let's have a little look. Okay, is that sharing screen? Thumbs up if it is. Okay, cool. So awesome. So this is sort of the landing page that I'm creating around GWiz Kids, and it's sort of a people sign up or teachers sign up for their class to become a part of the GWiz Kids community. And then once schools are signed up or teachers are signed up, then they get access to the challenges. So under kids, I'm just starting to develop some of the challenges. So the first challenge, I did a survey out to the community to look at what kind of topics people would like. So I got some amazing feedback of about 150 people that would like to trial it and have a go, which is amazing. So the pressure's on to create something really worthwhile. And so I've been working on sort of this GWiz Kids idea, which I'll open up. So we were just having a chat before this started about people following instructions. So it'll be really interesting putting this in the hands of kids because it's the idea is for it to be somewhat mostly independent. So once the teacher's introduced it, it becomes an independent activity so that depending on skill levels, they can kind of work through different challenges. So it's all made using a, oh, and the audio might start soon. There we go. Is the audio working for you guys? No, okay.
No, can't get it.
It's okay. So because it's probably connected through my microphone. Anywho, on each page, you can see that tiny little thing up there. That is a screencastify made small so that I can have audio on my slides. So it's all made through Google Slides. And the kids, I haven't come up with my character Max yet, but the kids work through an adventure based on Max wanting to do all sorts of things about saving the ocean, and they get points and coins and all sorts of things, and there's help videos, and yeah, so it's a very exciting kind of project that's just starting to come alive. There'll be like a leaderboard similar to what you did, Michael, on your breakouts, where you can kind of see who's becoming a GWiz kid, and yeah, so I'm really excited about it. I just, I guess, just working out how to stop sharing. There we go, my back.
Yep.
Just working out how to move past that need for it to be perfect before I test it and trial it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to test it with a couple of people, close friends, close teacher friends, and some little guinea pig kids, and see how it goes, and then maybe release it a bit further.
Nice. So this is about raising the skill level of the kids, is it?
Yeah. So like traditionally, I guess, you know, kids may, depending on when they get their Google accounts in primary school, it tends to be mostly, from my experience, within year 3, 4 onwards. So 7, 8, 9-year-olds, and often it falls on that teacher to then put a lot of time and effort on just how to kind of manage Google. So how do they create things in their Drive? How do they create Google Docs, and all of that sort of stuff? So I'm trying to take it out of the hands of the teacher to become something more independent. So no matter the skill level of the teacher, the kids are all getting the skills they need to be able to kind of move through.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
The
Cool.
idea behind
So it's
it.
like a self-directed course for each individual kid who can earn coins.
Yeah, coins. That's
Fantastic.
what it is at the moment. But I think because, you know, Google's doing some amazing stuff in like the Be Internet Awesome, which is sort of aimed more at the primary school children, and then their applied Google skills, digital skills, whatever
the applied digital skills. Yeah.
But that tends to be quite aimed at the older, like 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds, high school.
Yeah.
And it's sort of quite, like it's not really in a context. It's sort of just, stock standard wee things.
Cool.
So I'm trying to make it a little bit more kiwi, despite having
Nice.
interest from all sorts of countries. I kind of want to put a little bit of kiwi into it, and you know, talk about, like in the ocean, when I talk about the Hector's dolphin, and have a couple of Māori congratulations and things like that. So,
fantastic.
yeah.
Looks awesome. So where can people find out more about that?
I will just do a little. So if you're interested in being part of the pilot, there is a bit.ly that you can follow. So bit.ly/GWizPilot. And if you put that into your URL bar, then you can sign up to be part of the first group of people that get to test it and trial it, or become part of the, I guess, the correspondence that starts to go out around GWiz kids. So
awesome. The early adopters.
The early adopters.
Fantastic. That looks really cool. Nice work. Nice work. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Hey, let's jump across and see what Laura's got up her sleeve for us.
Hey,
Yeah.
so my project was around getting teachers to give AI in the classroom, artificial intelligence in the classroom, a go. And so we've had a monthly newsletter go out for 2 months now. And we've been getting more sign-ups every month, obviously, which is kind of encouraging. And so the next edition, which will come out at the end of September, will come up with a bit of a feedback form, because I'm kind of just putting out content that I think is useful at the moment. So it's be really good to hear back from people to what they think might be useful. September's issue is going to be focused very much on getting started and back to basics, because I've talked to a few people who really just want some entry-level stuff. Which is exciting to kind of get that into inboxes. The second part of my project was to develop some artificial intelligence tools that people could actually start using in the classroom. And so the exciting bit of my project now is that we're looking at mid-October. I should have a kind of minimal viable product on both Alexa and Google Home for people to use. Bit of a reading tool where the student can read to Alexa or Google Home, and it will give you some feedback. It will give the teacher and the students some feedback on where they're at with their reading, based on the running record criteria. So I've got a very basic version of that at the moment that I'm trying to build on and test, and I'm very much in the point where I'm trying to just keep myself to a minimum viable product and say I don't want to put all the bells and whistles on it before I put it out in front of an audience, because they might tell me it's completely off what they want anyway. So yeah, that's kind of the update for where we're at.
Fantastic, man. It sounds awesome. So yeah, I guess release early and then iterate many times to see how well you're going. Cool. So what's been your biggest learning curve getting involved with all this?
Probably that, to be honest. I think like a lot of people I struggle with, I'll just, fine tune it a bit more, or add this, or wait until I can figure out how to do this, and actually just getting things out before an audience. even with the newsletter, just actually biting the bullet and saying, no, I'm just going to put the first issue out there, and then people will tell me if it's rubbish and it's not helpful. And I'll be able to see that by the click-throughs and that kind of thing. So yeah.
Cool, fantastic. That sounds great. So where can people find out more about your project?
So it's a bit of a mouthful at the moment. If you go to learningwithmachines.com, you'll be able to navigate. But if you want to go directly there, it's trainerdragon.learningwithmachines.com.
Nice. Perhaps when we send this video out, you can retweet it with a link to your stuff on it.
Yes, will do. Sorry, I don't have the slide, but
No,
will do.
Good. Tony's been the superstar tonight of slides, so well done with the screen sharing there. Nice work. Hey, thanks, Laura. That's awesome. And up there, Michael, what do you got for us to talk about this month? You've been fairly busy this month.
I have. Our school hosted the third version of the GEGNZ Learner Summit. We had about 200 visitors, student learners come in, including about 100 of our kids. And it was amazing. Laura came. Another innovator drove all the way from Gisborne. That was pretty amazing. But we actually, for part of our school news, we filmed a little clip, so I'm going to share that now. Although it is somewhere else on YouTube, but it should be fine here. So I'm going to share my screen, and you can pretty much. Oh wait, yeah, I'll do that one. You should be able to see that I actually have been looking up some of the things that I've been reading or been hearing about lately. So I'm putting my hand up right now for being testing for you guys. Be very happy to do that.
Cool.
Let me know if the sound isn't working on this, and I'll see if I can fix that. But hopefully.
Oh my God! What an awesome day here at the GGNZ Learner Summit 2019. We're so grateful to be here with 300 kids from many schools across New Zealand, and it's so nice to see kids teaching one another about what they do well, what they enjoy doing, their passion projects. We got to see robotics, we got to see video editing, we got to see flying around the world with virtual reality. There's just so much, and all in the hands of the learner. And teaching other learners.
I'm enjoying all the activities that you get to do.
I think it's important because it gives the learners an opportunity to shine. So rather than the teacher always being at the front, the kids are actually teaching other kids.
In Innovator, I like making the boats because they're super fun, and you can create your own boat.
This is an amazing opportunity for our kids to travel all the way from Gisborne to the Big Smoke, not only to share their learn from others, and it is true student agency and it's fantastic.
It's exciting for Google to be here because we get to see the next generation of users really, embrace technology in so many ways and coming up with so many creative options and opportunities. Who knows what the future is going to hold. So I look forward to coming back again. Hopefully we'll do this every year. We're happy to support this on an annual basis and love coming back. So thank you. Thanks, New Zealand.
Yeah, so we were lucky to have Swan flew over from Australia. That's Nano Girl for anyone who knows who she is. That was pretty interesting. How do I get out of this share? Oh, stop share. That makes sense.
Yeah, there you go. Good again.
Yeah, no. So we had actually a lot of talk about that because previously they were done every other year. But we loved the energy of the day, and I think Laura can probably attest to that. It was pretty amazing seeing all these children doing these incredibly fun things and the excitement. So we're looking at doing something next year. Again, maybe not at our school, but somewhere for sure, definitely. And I think because Swan was pretty for it, and everyone who's there kind of wanted to continue it. So look forward for that in 2020.
Sweet. So you say so Swan was over from Sydney. So do you want to have a quick rundown to tell the people who haven't had the pleasure of meeting Swan yet who that guy is?
So everyone on the call obviously knows who he is. Swan is the head of education for Google in Australia and New Zealand. He's also just an amazing all-around guy. Super kind, super helpful. And he does a lot of probably business stuff. So I think he really enjoys coming out to doing stuff with the innovators and the children. So yeah, he brought some prizes over for the kids. There was a Google Home Mini, and a Chromecast. So yeah, getting that support was kind of nice.
That's awesome. Cool. So you're saying you're planning on doing those every year now, are you?
Planning on doing something. I think it was quite interesting that the first 2 years everything was very, very Google heavy. But you would have seen in the video that there was a lot of stuff that wasn't, which actually I think made it really good. That there were some really interesting Google things there, but it wasn't the only thing.
Cool.
Yeah, so
awesome. Hey, well, that's fantastic. Got a bunch of superstars you guys all over. Listen how well everyone's doing. So hey, thanks very much for your time, and thanks for sharing your projects and the cool stuff you're doing. And I guess it's just up to me to sign off and say we'll catch up with you guys next month, maybe back on the Zoom again. That seems to have worked pretty well. We ironed a few more wrinkles out as we always do. So thanks very much, Michael, Toni, Sarah, and Laura. It was awesome hearing from you guys, and we'll catch up with you guys in a month's time. See you in about a month.